January 22nd, and now I'm going to plant these big yellow onions. Alright, I filled each cell with a couple seeds, and now we'll come back in a week or so and see if we have any sprouts. Today is day 13 of the onions, and look at that, I only have one little onion. The rest of these, they ain't no emergence yet, except for that one. Over here in this thing, I also have onions. Lots of little weeds, but I think I have one here. This should be an onion. And right here. So total, I have 3 onions on day 13. That's a little slow. So we'll see what happens. Come back in a week. It is February 20th, and we're back at the onions here. They had a terrible germination rate. Only about 10 came up. And I had all these cells filled with 1 seed apiece. This thing's doing okay. There are about 25 onions in there. But yeah, they're really slow and they have a low germination rate. So total between this one and this container, I have about 30 onions. What I think happened is that I think I buried the seeds too deeply in the ground here. And onion seeds don't like that. Onion seeds should be planted pretty close to the surface. Just cover them with a thin layer of soil. Not much. It is March 20th, and I think I'm going to plant these onions in the ground. These over here look much larger than the other ones because they have a 2 inches to grow. This one only has 1 inch, so if I were to do this again, I would use a deeper container to plant the seedlings in, because I think these would be larger if they could grow down at least 3 inches. So now I have to remove these plants from the containers, these containers and these, and then put it in the ground. And I'm going to put them in here. I'll put a row here in between the garlic, and I'll put a row over here. I think I have around 30 onions total. Alright, I got these out of the dirt, and now they are separate individual onions like this. They're a little small to be doing this, but I mean it's already the 3rd week in March. There's a good one. Here, like that. Now I got to plant them in the ground right over there. I don't think I'm going to till the ground. This earth is pretty soft. I'm just going to dig a little hole. Oh, there's a worm. And then I'll just put them in, and then I'll bury it. I'll prop it up a little bit, because I don't think these guys can stand up on their own. And then later, when these guys get bigger, I'll remove the top 1/2 inch of dirt so the bulb can form above the ground. 8-inch spacing, 12-inch. I forget what the packet said. All right, I got about 20 in the ground. Right here. Those little tiny blades of grass are onions. And then there's a row right here. So we'll see how they do. 2 rows. Alright, it's April 29th and we're back at the onions. They've grown a little bit. This one's pretty big. But yeah, they're too young to form bulbs yet. They look like they just look like green onions right now. I think they don't have enough sun because these garlics are in the way, but these garlics are going to come out in June. So we'll see what happens. Here's one. They're definitely bigger than they were. There's the whole row right here. Oh, and these sticks I put in the ground to keep a cat out. One day a cat got in here and knocked over one of the onions. These sticks, they do pretty well at keeping that cat away. Here's one. It is May 22nd and we're back at the onions. And I removed the garlics from in between the rows here, so the onions will have more of a chance to grow because they don't have to compete with the garlic anymore. We're starting to get some bulbing on the bottom here. See, there's a good bulb. There's a good bulb. So we're coming along. Slowly but surely. It is June 2nd. We're back at the onions. And I lost one a couple days ago because I think I've been watering them too much. It was in here somewhere and it rotted. So I'm just gonna water like a couple days a week deeply, but most of them are doing well. They're starting to form bulbs, small bulbs. But yeah, onions don't like to be watered to the point they're drenched. Just enough water to give them a nice little drink. It's June 16th and we're back at the onions. We're starting to get some bulbing activity here. Good sized bulbs on some of these. So I don't know, another month maybe. And I haven't been watering as much. And yeah, they're really growing. It's July 15th and we're back at the onions. And a couple of the onions have fallen over. See the top of the stalk here? That shows you they're getting ready to be they're getting close to being ready for harvest. And this one fell over the other day. So when about 85 or 90% of these have fallen over like this one, then I'll pick them out of the ground and start drying them out for storage. We should be getting close now. Matter of a few weeks. July 30th, back at the onions, and most of them have fallen over. Pretty good size. Pretty good size. Look at that big one. Not bad. So as these fell over, I placed the leaves to shade out the bulb next to the bulb that fell over. So since most of them have fallen over, I'm just going to give them a few days to dry out a little more and hopefully get most of these leaves to turn brown so they'll store longer. And I think next time I will harvest the onions as the stalks fall over. Like one will fall over, I'll leave it in the ground a couple days and then just take it out, because the first one that fell over was like a month ago, and it was a real slow process getting these things to fall over. So I kind of helped them out. I was kind of snapping stalks here and there, because I mean, we're almost in August. But yeah, next time I'm just going to harvest the bulbs one by one as the stalks fall over. Because when they're in the ground, if I wait for all of them to fall over by themselves, some are going to be in the ground like for a month. And then this year I had some rotting issues from an onion being in the ground too long. All right, we're back at the onions, and it's August 1st. I think I'm done. They've all fallen over. I gave them a few days to dry out. Most of them are pretty dry. This one could dry a little more, but we'll dry it in the garage. So I'm gonna pull these out. Try to pull them out by hand if I can. Oh, they came out. Oh, look at that, an onion. That's a good looking onion. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull all these out and put them in the warm, dry garage to dry out just a little more, get the rest of this green out. Oh, these come right out. I don't think I need my shovel. And just let them dry in there for as long as it takes. And I might braid them together, do a nice fancy braid. Yeah. See, I read online you're supposed to wait till 80% of the crop falls over, but I'd probably still be waiting if I didn't help them, or if I didn't topple them over myself, because they, only one of them fell on its own, and that was a month ago. These just weren't falling over for some reason. That one's in there a little bit. Very nice. Pretty big. I don't know if they're 2 pounds. I don't think they're 2 pounds, but they're nice. Come back to that one. So yeah, like I was saying before, if I were to do it again, grow onions again, I would just pick them as they fall over on their own and not wait for the entire crop to fall over, because the entire crop might not fall over. So I'll finish picking these and we'll see how much we got. Okay, here they are. I finished picking and I counted 20 onions. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to put these back in, I'm going to put these in the warm, dry garage and force all that green to turn brown, because the stem is still a little, it feels still a little alive. This one feels totally dead. We want to get these stems totally dead before I braid them. And yeah, I think we did well. This is a long process. The seed started in January and it is now August 1st. So from seed, onions are quite a labor-intensive process. A lot of patience is required. And realistically, like I said, I probably could let these go a little longer. I think they've been in the ground around 120 days. Now, I'd have to check. So, there you go. They look good. Oh, and the name of these is Sweet Spanish Yellow Jumbo Utah. Kind of has a long name. They look mighty good. And I might let these dry in the sun for just a few minutes. I don't want them to get scorched, but I want to make sure that the roots are dry. All right. Thank you, onions. Well, there you go. I strung them up on this string, and this whole thing weighs about 10 pounds. August 10th, and that's the end of the story. That's the end of the onions.